Hello, my name is Devashish Roy. I'm the Senior Network Analyst at the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions, and I welcome you all to this special webinar on AWS DevOps CI/CD pipelines. So we already know that AWS is a world leader in cloud computing. And what about this DevOps part? What is the DevOps and what is the CI/CD? Continuous integration and continuous development. So what about this CI/CD pipeline? So let's begin. So it will be a comprehensive guide to AWS CI/CD pipelines that we will discuss. Now, before discussing about the CI/CD, let's talk about DevOps. What is the DevOps? It is actually related to programming, yes, related to scripting. Like DevOps means the development with the operation. Means for continuous development, for building a product, you are making some codes, you are making some programs, and definitely DevOps is related to different programming tools. And AWS CI/CD, that is the process for this continuous DevOps deployment. When you are going to make a product, you are going to say release a product, so that is a continuous cycle, that is a continuous life cycle that is included in this CI/CD pipeline. We call this a pipeline process. Means one after one after one, this process are organized and initiated. CI/CD is a suite of tools that enables developers to automate the software delivery process. So never think that CI/CD is a software that you can install. There is no such thing like CI/CD pipeline software that you can download and you can install it. But it is a continuous process. It is actually the process or behavior, you can say, of any developing, any code development, of any automation. Nowadays, we talk about automation a lot. Like cloud, there is everywhere you see the automation. You are, say, putting some objects in S3 bucket, and definitely after that, the bucket properties or the object properties are actually being inserted into, say, the DynamoDB or the MongoDB table. That is a way of automating things. So automation is everywhere, and it is there in the development process also. And we'll provide a comprehensive guide on how to optimize your CI/CD pipeline process using AWS services, ensuring faster and more reliable software releases. So when you release the software, will there be only one team who will be working? Definitely not. There will be various teams there, say team A, team B, team C, team D, that way. So there should be some integration between the team members. But if that is not the case, then that is very difficult for you to develop and actually release the software. Because say one team has made a part of the software and then later it is found that there was some error in that process. So then you have to again rectify the entire thing. So that is a very problematic thing. So it should be the continuous process, and every team should be connected to other. So everybody should access the common part. There should be a common storage in that case. So pipeline means that is a continuous process that we are following. CI/CD stands for continuous integration and continuous delivery. It's a set of practices that enable developers to deliver code changes more frequently and reliably. By automating the deployment, teams can focus on writing code rather than managing releases. It means that if I am writing a code, then other team members should be also aware of the code. It is not that only I am writing the code and others are incompletely dark. Now, after that, that I've already told you that it is found that my code is not error free. There is some error, some bugs there. We call that bugs. So definitely there will be again a tedious process to remove that bugs. So definitely that is not a very efficient way. And in today's cloud environment, everything should be smart, everything should be definitely error free. So you are storing a lot of resource there, and definitely you should actually make it error free and very sustainable. So for that, what you need to do, you need to follow this process so that every team member is actually aware of the resources that you are creating, the code that you are building. So say I am the member of team A, or you are the member of the team B or team C. Any team has access to the common code so that anybody can actually contribute there. Like you can say the OS deployment. If I tell you about the Red Hat OS deployment, now there was Red Hat and there was in one time there was Fedora. So what happened, that Fedora release, it was a test case for Red Hat release. So what Red Hat did, that Fedora was released first. Actually, they tested the new improvements there in the Fedora, and then they released a commercial product and the full product, that is the Red Hat. So it was a open source. At the time, the Linux was open source and everybody were contributed to that OS level. So that is like a continuous process, like an open source movement. That is like the CI/CD. Benefits of CI/CD is implementing CI/CD pipelines can lead to numerous benefits, including faster time to market, improved software quality, and reduce manual errors. Like the software testing, for this testing of the software, there won't be too much time spending for this. So definitely it will be faster deployment. Definitely we want to make and deliver the software faster before time. That is the benefit. Teams can achieve greater efficiency and adaptability in the development process, that I've already told you, and ultimately enhancing customer satisfaction, because the customer wants the product to be delivered at time. Definitely there should not be too delay for delivering the product, and definitely the CI/CD helps you to be on time. AWS provides a variety of tools for CI/CD, including AWS Code Commit, Code Build, Code Deploy, and Code Pipeline. So these are the tools that maybe it is not so available in the free tier account. You have to just upgrade to the, say, the pay-as-you-go account there. But yes, definitely there are the tools available in the AWS also for the CI/CD pipeline environment. Each tool plays a vital role in the software delivery process, now enabling seamless integration and deployment across your development lifecycle. So you can see this software as a service, this SaaS, these applications, you can access it from mobile, you can build code there, you can deploy it on the app server to the PC also. So everything is accessed centrally. Setting up code commits. So code commit is a tool. The AWS code commit is a fully managed source control service. Now that makes it easy for teams to host secure and scalable Git repositories. Now this Git and this GitHub, these two are definitely different. Git is a repository and it is very much related to the DevOps and the CI/CD pipeline. But GitHub, it is like a service. But I'm not going to talk about the GitHub now. The Git is a repository where you are going to store your code, and code commit actually it is used to host that Git repositories. Setting it up involves creating a repository, configuring access permissions, and integrating it with your development environment. Again, CodeBuild is there for automation. CodeBuild is a fully managed build service that compiles source code, runs tests, and produces software packages. Now, to optimize a pipeline, configure build specifications, and integrate them with a code commit repository for automated builds. So these things also you can do with code build, and build means you are compiling. You are compiling your code, and code commit is where you are actually deploying your code. After testing, you are deploying the code. So all these tools are there for the CI/CD in case of AWS to actually build your code, test your code, and then to deploy your code. Deploying with Code Deploy. AWS Code Deploy automates code deployments to any instance, including Amazon EC2 and on-premise servers. And by defining deployment groups and configurations, you can ensure consistent and reliable application updates across different environments. So code deploy is where you are going to deploy your codes, your final product there. You are making a product and you are deploying the product. You are deploying the code there using that code deploy. Now, you can create a pipeline with CodePipeline. That is another service. CodePipeline enables you to define your software release process as a series of stages. By integrating code commit, code build, and code deploy, you can create a seamless workflow that automates the entire CI/CD process and enhancing productivity. So, code pipeline, it involves the entire process. It involves from the code commit, then code build, code deploy, the entire process. Effective monitoring and logging, these are also crucial for maintaining the health of your CI/CD pipeline. AWS offers tools like CloudWatch and CloudTrail to help you track performance metrics, log events, and identify issues quickly. Definitely, CloudWatch and Cloud Monitor, this CloudTrail, these are used for monitoring, and this is also crucial for CI/CD pipeline. It is not that only you have deployed the code and you have run the code, but yes, the code is facing some problems, some issues, some warnings are generated. So for that, you need to monitor the services like the servers you want to monitor, the cloud servers. For that, CloudWatch and CloudTrail is there. To optimize your AWS CI/CD pipeline, consider best practices such as using infrastructure as code, automating testing and implementing security measures, and regularly reviewing your pipeline for bottlenecks and continuously improve your process. So infrastructure as a code, and that is also related to the Git repository. When you are fetching the code from the Git repository, so that infrastructure as a code, that is also related to the AWS CI/CD pipeline. And case study for successful implementation includes a company that successfully implemented AWS CI/CD tools by automating the software delivery process. And by doing that, they reduced deployment time by 50%. So in half time, the performance was increased and improve overall software quality, showcasing the effectiveness of these practices. So we can conclude that optimizing your software delivery with AWS CI/CD can definitely significantly enhance your development workflow. And you can start by accessing your current process, integrating AWS tools, and continuously refining your pipeline for ongoing success. So this is an ongoing process of the software development cycle, and you have to definitely embrace this process for successful cloud mitigation. So this is about the theory part of CI/CD. What is CI/CD pipeline? And also you can go to the AWS console here, and just as you see, if you search the AWS code commit and store code in private Git repositories, now click on the code commit. And see, you are here presented with build, code build, code deploy, and code pipeline. All these are there inside this code commit. You can create a repository, so you can create your own repository. You can give a repository name, you can add a tag, and definitely you can store the Java and Python, all those codes there. Say you are giving the name, you can also encrypt with the AWS KMS key, and you can create. You first create the repository, okay, but it is not being created because there is no existing repository in this AWS account or AWS organization. So that I've already told you that although it is available in the free account, but you cannot use it always. So you have to upgrade your account, or you have to build your own repository first. You have to use the Git services, and then only you can use these developer tools. So you have these developer tools, you can create the project with this. Choose a project template. So these are all software development part. You can use a Node.js, you can use this Python, let's say Lambda based Python service. Click on next. So you have to first build it. You have to first build the project, and then only you can use these features, otherwise you cannot. Then create a service role, and AWS services is used for Elastic Beanstalk, EC2 or Lambda, or it can be used for web application, web service, and different programming language support is available. You can see the Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby, C#, Go language difference are there. So you have to select that, say this Python, just see that, and you can create service role, say set up the say project details, give a project name, project ID will be automatically taken. Project repository, you can use the code commit, the AWS code commit repository, or GitHub. GitHub service. So in that case, you have to use a GitHub account. You have to connect to that, or you can use a AWS code commit also repository for your project for storing your codes actually. And you connect the Amazon developer account. So definitely you need another account. You need another account, that is Amazon developer account you need. So that you have to actually make and developer account. So right now we do not have that, but you have to make a developer account. That is why I was telling you that for free every service is not available. You have to make the accounts, and you have to upgrade your plan, and then you can actually set up your repositories. So you have to build the repositories there. So this is the different steps that I am showing you. These steps you have to just incorporate. You have to use these steps actually to build your repository, and then you can use this feature. So as you can see, there is a lot of things there in the AWS DevOps, and you can definitely learn about all those things. And you can go to the projects. You can create a project here that I was already telling you. Templates, there are a lot of templates available, so you can definitely use different services there. So this is the power of the AWS DevOps, that you can actually build your code, you can deploy it, you can commit the code. So this is all about the software deployment, and it is in one place. It is in AWS console itself. You do not need to use any other software application. You do not need to install any other application there. It is available in cloud, and that is the power of the cloud computing. So that is about the process of creating the CI/CD pipelines in AWS DevOps that I discussed you about the AWS CI/CD pipelines theoretically, and also I have shown you the steps, the practical steps, how to deploy it practically. And you have to upgrade your account, and you have to make a GitHub account or a developer account, AWS developer account, to do the practicals. But the things that I have shown you, the different options of AWS code commit and code deploy, these things you have to use it, and I hope that definitely you'll be able to use it, because I've shown you the steps literally. So I hope that it was useful for you to gain immense knowledge about the AWS DevOps, the CI/CD pipelines today, and it will be very helpful for your studies for AWS Solution Architect Associate certifications, and also you will be able to deploy it in your real cloud environments in your enterprise networking. So I thank you all again for watching this webinar, and I will come with some new topic next day. Till then, bye.